Blah 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 blah.
Hey guys, welcome back to Canadian Gears. In this episode, we're going to talk with Darren over here. Darren is a former biker motorcyclist who was involved in an accident while he was drinking and driving. So I thought it was nice that we send a message out there to everybody on the importance of drinking and driving and how dangerous it can be. Darren, thank you for joining us. I really appreciate your time on this.
No problem.
Can you tell us a little bit of what happened the night of your accident?
The night of my accident, because I have brain damage, really bad. But what I heard was before I went out, I drank a lot of alcohol, jumped on my bike, was going to Surrey to a dance club. And on 200th Street, a light went, my friend was in front of me in his truck. And a light went yellow, then went green. He made the yellow. He said, no, you slowed down, you stopped. Then all of a sudden he said that I passed him after he went through the green and everything, like he was sitting still. He was doing 100K, he said. It was probably an 80 kilometer an hour on 200th Street. He said I was doing about 220K.
Wow.
That's fast.
And that's when you impacted another car. So you
rear-ended
another car.
I rear-ended another car going that fast. I think what happened was the car came in out of the slow lane into my fast lane and bang, clipped them.
Okay. Guys, just to give you an example here, we have here a picture of Darren's V-Rod before the accident. And we have some images here of the bike after the accident. Now, we also have some pictures here of the vehicle that he impacted at the accident. Now, there's quite a bit of damage in there. Now, this was 10 years ago, so you're trying to remember as much as you can because you had memory loss, right?
It was 9 years ago.
9 years ago.
Yeah.
So the occupants of the other car were okay. They came out of this with minor
stitches,
stitches and stuff. So they were fine after.
Yeah.
Thank goodness for that. Now you went into, you were mentioning you were on life support for a while.
8 weeks.
8 weeks of life support, and you've had brain damage.
Yes.
Can you tell me now what kind of repercussions you're having from all that brain damage? What's your lifestyle now?
Terrible.
Really?
I lost 35 years of my life.
Okay.
So trying to remember what girlfriends I had, I couldn't even remember my ex-girlfriend's name when I first came to. I could remember my family's names, my mother, my mother, and my father, and my two brothers, and their birthdays for that matter.
Yeah.
But I couldn't remember any of my life. Like I couldn't remember a lot of my life because of all my brain damage. I had 11 fractures to my head.
Wow.
Yes.
That's incredible.
And a lot of them were the front. So my temporal lobes were dead, my doctor said, and everything else. It was very bad.
Wow, that's incredible.
So I'm relearning, and still am. 9 years later, I'm still relearning everything. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So when you came out of life support, I guess you had to, you know, relearn to speak and everything. Everything was sort of
walk,
you know,
talk, speak, everything.
Wow, that's incredible. Now, how do you feel? You know, again, luckily the people you impacted weren't, you know, gravely hurt, and you know this could have been a whole lot worse, you know, in every way possible, right?
Absolutely.
Nowadays, when you look back at this and you look at all these awful pictures and all that, how do you feel about this? Would you have changed that if you could go back?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I will never ever drink and drive again. My balance is off. I'm partly blind in my left eye. So for that matter, I want to buy a bike. I wanted to 3 years ago.
Yeah.
But because of my brain damage and everything else, I had no feeling. I could not feel hot or cold 3 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, I have no smell. I couldn't feel hot or cold outside. Even my neighbor was saying, Dennis, he's like, why do you have your jacket on outside? It's warm. It was in the summer.
Yeah.
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 So, but the bottom line is that I'll never buy a Harley again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even though my friends have them, I'll never buy one again because God gave me a second chance to live. When you only have a 5% chance of living,
so you're never going to touch a bike again, and that's it. You're going to stay on four
wheels. He gave me a second chance to live. Yeah.
You're very lucky, you know, and so are the people of the other vehicle. I'm, you know, I've always been an advocate of people who don't drink and drive. And I think when I met you, you know, your story impacted me a lot because, you know, it's very graphic and stuff. And I'm seeing the pictures here of the accident, and it's absolutely incredible that you came out of it the way you did, and them as well, luckily. And luckily no one else was injured. This is, you know, we're trying to send a message out there of the importance of not drinking and driving and using taxi services and using everything else. And Darren here is a prime example of what can happen, you know, not just to the person who was drinking and driving, but this, he, you know, turned the tables around. This could have been someone else. This could have been one of the persons in the car who would have lost their life. You know, a life is a life regardless of what it is or who it is. But now you're saying that you're on special medication and, you know,
for the rest of my
cognitive memory and stuff like that. And
yeah, I'm on Exelon, the patch, which is my cognitive memory. I'm on carbamazepine, and that keeps me out of my seizures.
So you also have seizures as well.
I haven't. Yeah. That's because of my medication.
Okay, so you're
but I'm on it. I'm on it for life.
Yeah.
I'm on Zyprexa.
Yeah.
That's my sleeping pill. Okay. I can't sleep without a pill. Fall asleep. I have a hard time falling asleep.
Okay.
And the reason being is because I lost 35 years of my life, and I'm trying to remember my past, and I can't. Yeah. So now what I do is forget about the past and just focus on what's happening now in the future.
So not only have you lost a lot of the future, you've also completely lost your past. So your life is basically right now, you're living in the now.
That's right.
And you're trying to look, you know, so you've really, and all this from drinking and driving, folks. This is, you know, it's a very serious thing, and I really hope the message is out there. What else can you tell us about how you're feeling now? Like when you recollect and you look at these images, how do you feel about all that?
I feel I'm Catholic, and I'm from Alberta, and I was raised in Catholic schooling. And when you only have a 5% chance of living, being on life support for 7-8 weeks, I think it was 8 weeks or whatever else, even the doctors were amazed I lived. And it's because of the man upstairs. So I pray a lot, and I thank God a lot, and I just look at the pictures, and well, I will never ever do, and please, anybody, never drink and drive. It's not worth it.
No, it really isn't worth it.
Yeah.
Darren, I really thank you for your time. You've been, you know, phenomenal.
Thank you.
So this is our message to everybody out there, whether you're on a bike, on a car, on a bicycle, it doesn't matter what you're doing. If you're going out to drink, you know what, take a bus, take a taxi, get a friend, get a designated driver. It is very important we get the message out there. This is a prime example of what not to do. So thank you again, Darren. Really appreciate it. Stick around, folks. We'll be right back. We have more coming up on Canadian Gears. Thank you for watching.